Hi, thank you all for coming today. And for those of you who don't know who I am yet, hi, I'm Carlos Celdran. And I'll be your architectural and historical walking tour guide through the city of Manila and Intramuros. I was brought from the Philippines to do the stage version of the walking tour, which is kind of a challenge for me because I'm so used to the crutch of Intramuros being the second character in my performance that now I actually have to find some way to make that second character exist without actually being in the city. Because today's tour will require just a little bit of concentration. Because today's tour will be more of a theatrical one than a physical one. And we're not going to go on a very long journey at all. We're only going to go from the Fort Santiago to Manila Cathedral to Casa Manila and the San Agustin Church as we embark on a journey through Philippine history for people with no attention span. I think this is stuff that we all knew. I just put it all together in 2 hours. But there's nothing really in the tour that you can't really say, oh, that's a total surprise. Like every Filipino, it's like something in the back of their head. They always knew this. So what I do is I just try to bring it out to the fore. Colony. So we never had representation in the Spanish Cortes. And we were never given a flag, just given a seal to symbolize Manila. And here is that seal. But for those of us who are familiar with Philippine culture, you probably recognize this seal as familiar. Because this seal is also the same seal as that of the Presidency of the Philippines. It is the same seal as that of current President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo. Because it's the same seal as that of Malacanang Palace, where the President lives. But it's also the same seal as San Miguel Beer. If that's why it looks really familiar to all of you Filipinos. Right? Reading books by Lunining Aira, Nick Joaquin, a lot of Nick Joaquin. When I was growing up in the 70s and 80s, there was all these coffee table books on Philippine heritage. And there's also the Philocor Library Philippine Heritage series. And these are the books that I grew up in, sort of post-Marcos era. And a lot of the stuff also was done through personal interviews. Like my World War II part. Like most of the accounts that I give there are actually personal accounts. There's some terrible miscalculations done on the part of dear old General Douglas MacArthur. Now, we're all familiar with General Douglas MacArthur, aren't we? What were the general's famous words again? I shall return. Who said I'll be back? Uy, I heard you. That's from Terminator. The governor said that, not the general. The general said, I shall return. But if we analyze that sentence, General, you wouldn't need to return if you didn't leave to begin with. Because really, a lot of American military historians truly believe that MacArthur was sleeping on the job on December 8, 1941, and that's how he lost Manila. Just a deeper appreciation for being Filipino. I mean, it's just so easy to beat us up. Other countries do it. We do it to ourselves. I mean, what I try to do is just show them that there's something a bit more interesting beyond the surface of what you see. Right? I mean, we don't have much of a public relations program when it comes to our identity. So hopefully this will teach people, especially Filipinos, to be their own public relations program. Because, a lot of times when people talk badly about the Filipino, it's because we allow them to. Right? And I try to also do it through humor, because we also have to learn how to laugh at ourselves. Right? Because if you don't start laughing at yourself, trust me, someone's going to do it for you.
And ultimately, let's just open up the pages of Philippine Tatler and read the names of Philippine society. And we'll read the names of the Tanhuatcos, the Tantocos, the Tacangcos, the Tachancos, the Yongshacos, the Yongcampos, the Bings, the Cs, the Sams, the Kes, the Pecs, the Kims, the Quezons, the Uitengsus, the Tihangkis, the Tampuntings, the Kohangkos. Come on. The Philippine elite will all have Chinese last names, but now given Spanish letters. And they really look like this. Now, here is a wonderful photograph of the Filipino upper class of the late 19th century. And the anthropologists from Germany who took this photograph put a classification underneath them so we know who they think they are. And here, as you can see, it says, una familia mestiza española. A Spanish mestizo family. Spanish. Who looks Spanish in this picture?
Well, thank you to Kapisanan and the entire Council of the Arts and Kilusan for coming over and having me here. And thank you all for coming, and I hope I've enlightened you all just a little bit about the enigma that is the very misunderstood city of Manila, and I please hope that we use this education to improve the image of the Philippine capital city. Because I really believe that, hey, if you can't change the way that Manila looks, try changing the way that you look at Manila first. Hope to see you guys again at another tour.